What is up, my fellow mobile gamers? In today's video, we are taking a look at the Soul Linker area, and we are going to attribute ruins in depth. Before we get started, hit the subscribe button. We are almost at 1,000 subscribers. Hit the like button. I love y'all. I hope y'all are staying amazing during these hard times. And we got some information to go over. When I first unlocked attribute ruins, I just kind of threw stuff in there, and I like half-assed it, and I like didn't really pay attention or care or anything. And now that we're late game, and now that we're level 107, now it's kind of important. So now we got to pay attention to it. Don't do what I did. Just pay attention to it, because this is a real good stuff. We got our 3 types of attribute ruins. We have our attack type, defense type, support type. It goes with the Soul Linkers because there's 3 different Soul Linker types. They are only active when you have that type activated. So as you can see right now, we have Paramond active out in the battlefield. So we are only getting the buffs from the attack ruin attributes, and you'll see, like, you see the little gold thingy spinning around them, you know what I mean? It's pretty obvious, like, we're getting these buffs, we're not getting these buffs. But if we put out a defensive type, these will be active. If we put out a support type, those will be active. Another thing that's very important to look at is the little star count. So you'll see like 1 star, 2, 3, 4, goes in order. This goes hand in hand with the Soul Linker's star. So because we have a 5-star Paramond, we get the buffs all the way up to right here, 5, 6 stars. As you can see, the 7 star is blank. If we had a defensive type, or actually I'll even go and switch to my, can I switch to my support real quick? All right, we'll switch to our support real quick just so I can show you. As you can see, our support is 5 stars. We're not getting the 7-star bonus. So I kind of suggest that you don't even put anything there. If you don't have a 7-star Soul Linker, it's really no reason to necessarily, because you're not getting the buff. And if you do happen to change your mind and you're like, oh, I don't like this one, I want to change it out, guess what? Costs some gold to remove it. So it's probably best like to just leave it empty, right? Just leave the ones empty. If you only have a 4-star Soul Linker, then just do up to here. Leave these 2 empty, you won't get the buffs. Pretty simple. The way to level up these will just be very simple by just using the same ones. See, this one says Volepter's Rune of Protection. That one is across all the different types. So you can find that in the support area. You can find that in the attack type. I'm trying to explain it the best I can. Basically, there's a certain amount of stones. Their names, like Aestu's Rune of Destruction. As you can see, that type of rune stone can be used for attack type, defense type, or support type, you know, and they'll just go with the colors. So how you upgrade them is you just use like the same one. So right here we have the Volepter's Rune of Protection. So because we have this blue one, it's the same one, and you can look at the symbol. It's probably easier to just look at the symbol. See that symbol? It's like a letter N kind of. As you can see right here, you know, we just boom and we upgrade it through that way. So you can have the same one, the same stone used, but only for all 3 different ones, meaning I can't use the Aestu's Rune of Destruction multiple times in the attack type, but I could have one in the attack type, one in the defense type, and one in the support type. That's one thing to keep in mind. Another thing that's very important is these rune stones have different buffs, so they're not all necessarily the same. So sometimes you'll want to get different ones. There's different, they're different like stats, substats, we'll say. They're different substats you can get. The Rune of Oblivion. This one has a couple different drops. You can get HP potion recovery percentage, XP percentage, or skill cooldown reduction. So those are 3 of the possible substats that you can get, and they can be for either your character or the Soul Linker, which is very important. So you can get like 2 at the same time. So we could get like a skill cooldown decrease, like we could get it for our character, and we could get it for the Soul Linker. So you kind of got to keep going and doing different pulls. Like just getting a bunch of these, as many as you can, to try and get like that perfect substat, like that perfect rune stone for the stats that you want. I don't want to go through all of them, but there's a bunch of different ones. I'm just going to go over some that I suggest, like some of the best ones. I'll do that briefly because I don't want to make this video super duper long. This one right here is very, very good. Asutsun's Ruin of Destruction. This is like for attack. It'll either give you physical attack or magical attack. So out of the, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, out of the 4 stones, I suggest this one, use one of these just because it's raw attack. Now the problem is you want to be perfect. So you want it to match your character and your soul linker. Your character, depending on what character you are, again, I told you, pay attention to your character. If you're a magical attacker or a physical attacker, you'll obviously want to take the one that gives your character a buff. Right now, I am a Templar. We do magic attacks. So this physical attack buff doesn't help us at all. I know, it's junk. It doesn't help us at all. Soul Linker attack, physical attack, this will help, but that is only helping Heka Girl, the Heka Girl, because Paramond is a magical attacker, so it doesn't really give him any buff. This is another issue that I kind of ran into where I noticed running multiples of different types kind of gets in the way with the ruin stones. Like it's hard to really do a build if you're gonna have like 3 attackers in your placement, or like, you know, 2 attackers and a support, or more defenders. So what I'm gonna do moving forward is I'm gonna go with like a physical. So we're gonna go with Heka as our physical. We're going to go with Can't Drone as our defense, and then we're just gonna leave Vena 1 as our support. So I want to have one of all 3. So one of all the different types for my placement. That way it's just easier for me to build up the attribute ruins, and it's just easier and more simple. So for this, we're gonna, you know, I got a lot of cleaning up to do because, like I said, I was just kind of going through and I was just messing around, and I didn't take the attribute ruins too seriously. No, I got a little bit of work to do. But this one right here, you're gonna want to just match it up. So again, this is gonna be fine for my character, for my soul linker, but again, I'm not getting the buff, so I'm gonna have to try and get a better one that gives me magical attack and then physical attack for my soul linker. Another one that I highly recommend is Reftheon's Ruin of Regeneration. This one has really, really good substats. As you can see right here, mine is recover HP upon enemy death for both my character and my soul linker. The better rolls would be percentage HP recovery upon successful attack. Basically, every time your character attacks, you'll get a percentage back in health. That's the one that you want, and you want to try and get that one for both your character and your soul linker. Another one that I highly suggest is the Feredera's Rune of Penetration. This one just gives you penetration, so, you know, attack penetration. Very, very good. Again, you're going to want to match it up with your characters. Physical penetration, this is doing nothing because my character is magical. So, you know what I mean? You just want to pay attention to these. Make sure you get the right substats to match your character and your soul linker. Another one that I highly suggest is the Ruin of Greed. This one can be a little bit tough because this one has tons of different substats. As you see right now, I have magical accuracy for me, physical accuracy for my soul linker. But ideally, you would want to get the attack one. I mean, it has magical physical attack, HP increase, accuracy, defense, evade. The greed one pretty much has like tons of different substats. But ideally, depending on your character, I would say just the attack would be the best. But again, it depends on your playstyle and what you want to go through. But Rune of Greed is a really good rune to have equipped. So I have a lot of work to do. I will do an updated video so you guys can see like my perfect attribute ruins build. But I just wanted to get this video out there to kind of explain a little bit like what's going on, and, you know, clear up any confusion people may have had. But again, I have a lot of cleaning up to do. Again, we'll do like an overview of our new build and everything for this attribute ruins because it's a mess right now. As you can see, I got stuff all over the place. I hope y'all enjoyed this video. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see y'all very soon with some more A3 Still Alive content. Stay happy, stay safe. I love y'all. Peace. Till the sunrise, these open highways are calling our name, and now it's time for us to